So you went to a 2-year college.
in Washington, D.C., Secretarial College. And I graduated from there and went into the government. So I was a secretary in the government for about 10 years.
And did you get your divinity degree, or?
I did later. Actually, I got a bachelor's degree in ministries and a master's degree in worship and music.
Okay.
So that came later.
And where did you go to get those?
I went to a school called Freedom Bible College. It was in Maryland. And the master's degree I got from a school called Justice Fellowship, and that's in Raleigh, North Carolina. So right now I'm studying for my doctorate degree in worship and fine arts.
And what school are you going to for that?
The same school, Justice Fellowship. And it's a slow process. I've gotten older and lazier now.
So what do you think your dad would say? He had a 6th grade education and now his daughter is studying for her doctorate.
Oh, I think he would be very proud. I think he would be as proud as when he saw me get my high school diploma. He always said if he had more education, he knew he would be a multimillionaire, because he was a savvy businessman now. For a 6th grade education, I believe he would have too. So I think he would have been just deliriously proud.
Well, he was. I mean, with leasing this land and creating these apartments, was the developers black or white?
They were white.
They were white.
Yeah. And I think he was. He had a good heart, and he knew that this would add to the community. And I think he was a savvy businessman.
Yeah.
So,
Where do you think we are right now with race relations?
wow. I thought we had come. I told Congressman Connolly that I really was a little naive. I really thought we had come a long, long way until we got our first African American president. And then I began to hear things and see things that saddened me beyond belief. I really thought we had come a lot further. And we have, because we did vote him in. So I know we have come far. But some of those feelings came out from people. Some of the ugliness and the nastiness came out that I really thought was gone. I really did. I think that we're at a place now where people are at least willing, some are willing to have good dialogue. We need good dialogue about race relations. And I think when that begins to happen, when we're not afraid to talk about it and not push it under the carpet, because it still exists. So I think when people tell you, oh no it doesn't, that was years ago, that was in slavery, get over it. I think that's a horrible way of thinking about things. We need to have good dialogue and not be afraid to say, I'll be honest with you, I really cross the street when I see a black man walking down the street behind me. I cross over. So talk about, why do you? Let's talk about that.
Right.
But don't sweep it under the carpet or, oh, you're horrible for saying that. We need to talk about it, because racism is still here. It's alive and well. And it's not just whites and blacks anymore, because we have other races of people coming into our country, and there's racism there. So we need good dialogue, and we need to understand that this is America. And we've always had different races, different cultures. We need to live together, exist together, respect each other's differences. I don't want people to look at me and say, I don't see black. I want you to see black. I'm proud of being black. But I want you to understand that because I'm black, you don't treat me differently. You don't treat me worse. You don't treat me better. You just treat me like another human being. So that's where I think we are today.
So why do you think this project is so important?
I was so happy because there's so much that we in this county today and other counties around in Northern Virginia, we don't know. We don't know our history. I'm happy that in next year, in 2015, my class, 1965, Luther Jackson, will be celebrating their 50th year. I would like so much to go to Luther Jackson and maybe put 2 or 3 of us together to tell the students there, this is what this school was.
Mm-hmm.
This is the history here that you're walking on. They don't know. They don't know that school.
Mm-hmm.
And the same throughout the county. I think this is wonderful because a lot of people are probably going to hear this and say, Luther Jackson was an all-black high school? James Lee was a school? I've known it as a recreation center. So I think that we've got to know our history. You got to know where you came from to know where you're going. Mm-hmm. And so I think this is awesome. And I can't wait to see the other interviews. I learned something from Jerry Connolly, believe it or not, the other day about blacks in this community that I didn't know.
And what was that?
So I was trying to think of what he was saying to me, but he was telling me, well, he was talking about people, different people, and what they had gone through, and some of the activists in the area. I didn't know. I'd never even heard those names before.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be great because we're all going to learn something and hopefully have a better appreciation for where we were 50 years ago and how far we have come. And we have come far. So it's great. I think this is an awesome thing to do.
So before we end, are there any last words you have for the videotape that's going to the Library of Congress?
It's going to the Library of Congress. I just want to say I was just happy to be asked to do this. And I'm so happy Jerry Connolly had this idea because I have a grandson and my grandson is biracial. He has a white father and a black mother, and he doesn't know anything about any of this. He doesn't even understand it. He loves everybody for who they are. So I am so happy to be a part of this. I am thrilled to be a part of it, and so glad that you and Congressman Connolly asked me to do this.
Well, we are so glad that you accepted the offer to spend a few moments with us to give us your collective memory on what it was like here in the county and the issues that you had to go through, the struggles and the good times, because a lot of times we forget that the African American community really held together.
Exactly.
And helped each other and buffered a lot.
Exactly.
So it's a very unique place to have lived. Very important place.
Yes.
So on behalf of Congressman Connolly and the Library of Congress and George Mason University, their Folk Life program, and the libraries in Prince William and Fairfax County, I want to thank you for your participation. And I know that your testimony will be valuable for future scholars and historians and those who want to know about the struggles and hardships and how it just was in the 1950s and the 1960s before the Civil Rights Act. And this is the 50th anniversary, so what a special day to sit here in James Lee on the 50th anniversary and talk about what was and where we are now. So thank you, Ms. Massenburg.
You're very welcome, and thank you.